And we'll be right back after this. The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Phoenix?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave him to him.
The State Farm that's going to do assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the
Jordan
big-time
player of the
alley-oops
game,
and
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he
That's
has.
it up for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long. It's an all, and he looks to be planning for more. And we'll be right back after this. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Kemba Walker was the story in the first quarter. He ended up with 15 points, 4 assists, and 1 rebound. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
The toughness of Kemba Walker is no joke. One of the smaller guys on the floor, he's also wiry strong. You see it when he attacks in the paint. The improved consistency from distance.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
Well, you want to try to hold your opponent under 50% shooting. That has not happened. Defensively, they're allowing way too many good looks. They need to do a better job of shutting down the lane, as well as closing out on shooters.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See everybody with Kevin Harlan.
The double-double. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass.
That's
Puts
going to do
right
it for
where
now.
it needs to.
For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. By 11. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. A tremendous game we're seeing from Hassan Whiteside. He had 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 1 block. First 2 quarters from him were fun to watch. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
The area where they impressed me the most has been on the boards. When the shot's gone up, everybody goes for it. Just a matter of maintaining that energy, playing with that same kind of aggression in the final 2 quarters.
Kenny, what do you have to say about the Jazz?
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Production tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising,
refocusing their minds and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Hassan Whiteside.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll
Wrap it
ever
up,
see.
folks.
I mean,
So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is elated about what they've seen so far. I'm Ernie Johnson. That's Shaquille O'Neal. That's Kenny Smith. Big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 14 points and 1 steal. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep an eye on in the second half. They will be very tough to contain if that continues.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
They have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. Back to the action after this word.
How about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
This is where the NBA's headed. I mean, multi-dimensional big men. That was just a beautiful pass.
Our Jordan player of the game, Ben Simmons.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open,
For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
problems for the defense.
And so it's Dallas. With their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We come back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Tremendous first half. Glad to have you back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. The Clippers have the edge here at halftime. They lead by 1 point. Kenny?
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
And Shaq, what did you see from Dallas?
I think it was their passing that's kept them in the game. You can see it in their assist numbers. They were very, very unselfish. The ball moving from side to side, guys making good cuts. It's enabled them to create a lot of chances. As long as they stay on the same page and keep working together, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
Los Angeles on top, up 2. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. Of our Jordan player of the game, Danilo Gallinari.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots.
Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He ended up with 17 points, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
You can see where the priorities are. Rebounding, and then more rebounding. They made a concerted effort to get the glass cleaned.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Aggressive. I called them up earlier. I like it. They're taking it hard to the rack, dictating the pace, setting the physical tone. You're not going to get that by launching threes all night. Everybody knows that.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill. With a quick foul.
I like that he did. Well, these are some of the toughest decisions. I mean, a good argument can be made for either case.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Wrap it up, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.